Adam Friedman, Rivals.com, here with one of the best players in the 2022 class. We've got five-star Dani Dennis-Sutton, a Penn State signee, heading up there in a couple of months. He's still finishing out his senior year at McDonough in Maryland. Congrats on signing during the early signing period, Dani, and finishing inside the top 10 in the Rivals 250. What does a high ranking like that mean to you?
It's a blessing for me. Honestly, I mean, I've grown a lot. I didn't start really too highly recruited. Well, I mean, I've been recruited for a while, but
Yeah, come
not
on.
not too highly, ranked from the beginning. And just being at the top now makes me appreciate it a lot more. I think if I started at the top and fell some, or if I stayed at the top, it wouldn't be as satisfying as it is. Coming sort of from the bottom. And also, I'm from Delaware, so not a lot of kids get to be top players. So I'm really grateful. I'm happy. And yeah, I'm just thankful.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we elevated you to a five-star after you blew away the competition at the New Jersey Rivals camp back in the spring. And I'm glad we were ahead of the curve there industry wide, making you a five-star because you went down to San Antonio for the All-American Bowl and really proved us right down there. What about that experience has really stuck with you?
I'm just competing against the top players. Like you said, I went to the camp with you guys in New Jersey, and that was really the first time I competed in the year because I missed out on my junior year. I just feel like I wanted to prove something, and I feel as though I did. I showed a little bit of what I can do. And then this year I started my senior season off with a dislocated elbow, which is a bummer, but we finished the season off kind of strong. We made it to the championship. We lost, but we still made it with beginning off 2-5 or something like that, and then just going down San Antonio and also Hawaii as well. Going against the top athletes, man, it was a fun experience. Really, it was a confidence booster for me as well, just to prove to myself that I could compete against these guys. And the work that I've been putting in is just coming to fruition now. Just it's all coming to light. So it was a real fun experience.
Excellent. Now, new defensive coordinator up at Penn State. I'm sure they had a lot to tell you about Manny Diaz, and I'm sure Coach Diaz had a lot to tell you about not just your performance during this past senior season, but also how you did at the All American Bowl and at the Polynesian Bowl. Is that right?
Yes, sir. I talked to Coach Diaz, probably once or twice a week. We're still waiting to get into the playbook, but he's ready for me, and I'm ready to work in his system.
Excellent. Now, I mean, you've seen some of the stuff that he's done with guys down at Miami, a couple of first-round draft picks down there. What has he told you about just how he wants to use you in that scheme to highlight your abilities?
I mean, like you said, he showed me the guys that he put in the draft this past season or 2 seasons ago, from Miami, and I mean, I pretty much fit the same description as those guys. He moves the defensive line front up a lot of stunts and a lot of different mixes up front, which is I think I'm a striving that type of defensive front instead of just being static and one gap. I can move around, show my athletic ability. So he's ready for me. And I think I'm gonna definitely strive in that defensive front.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, let's talk about Penn State and your recruitment leading up to your commitment there. Of course, Penn State was probably the favorite from early on. The Nittany Lions have done a really, really good job recruiting your school over the years. I can't remember how many years in a row Penn State has signed a player out of McDonough, but it was almost a given for you to end up there. But teams like Georgia and Alabama were really pushing for you before you ended up committing to Penn State. Just what are some of the interesting, funny stories you might have from during the recruiting process, or anything wild that some of these coaches may have told you during the process to try and maybe get you to visit or try to boost your interest in those schools?
Um, I mean, I would say probably down in Georgia. I mean, they really wanted me. They definitely showed me how bad they wanted me. I mean, as soon as I got off the flight, they had like 20 guys, just 20 random people, I guess, just cheering, "We want denied, we want denied." And they wouldn't stop. They did that for like 5 minutes. I was like, I get it, I get it. So that was fun, man. And I mean, just anything I wanted as well. Really, all three schools, Georgia, Penn State, Bama. I mean, massages, steaks, and lobster. It was an amazing time, and I enjoyed all three of my visits, man.
Mhm. Okay, well, you ended up committing to Penn State. Not a huge surprise to everybody, but you ended up joining a few of your former teammates, Curtis Jacobs, PJ Mustipher, those guys. What's it going to be like to be on the same team with those guys once again?
It's going to be a great feeling. We'll already have a connection as soon as we step on the field. I talk to those guys quite often, whether it's social media or through the FaceTime and text and stuff. And they're ready for me to get up there, and I'm ready to work with those guys again. I feel as though we all have that same mentality, that same work mentality, and we have to prove a point. So
Okay, great. Well, we are ready to see you in a Penn State uniform and see what you can do. Now we've got five-star Dani Dennis-Sutton heading off to Penn State in just a few months. Thanks so much for your time, Dani. I appreciate it.
yes, sir. Thank you.